Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to my 20-minute full body mobility and flexibility session. Today, we're going to be starting from the bottom and working our way up with these stretches. That being said, our first stretch is going to be a lunge ankle stretch, and we're going to hold that on both sides for 30 seconds. The reason that we hold these stretches for 30 seconds is to tell the nerve to signal to the muscle to relax, and that will enable the recovery process. You want to get into these stretches nice and slow, take your time with it, and follow that natural range of motion. Go as deep as you can, but don't push past your limits. Alright, so next we're going to move into the single leg hamstring stretch. Here what you want to do is stabilize your leg that's being stretched by placing the opposite leg over your knee, and that holds that knee down and stretches that nerve out. Keep that toe up, because the whole point is to stretch those big long nerves behind your leg. You want to maintain a neutral spine, so no arching of the back, no crazy twisting or turning, just nice and easy. Again, 30 seconds, both sides here. So next we're going to work on the glutes and the side of the leg, side of the thigh. We're going to do a pigeon stretch. So you want to create good 90-degree angles at your knee, at your hip for both legs, and then you're going to lean into the stretch. You should immediately feel that tightness. This is a really good one, and then just work your way down as much as you can, and if you can't, that's fine. Stay up and enjoy the stretch. And switch to the other side. Same thing, those good 90-degree angles. Want to be leaning straight forward. If you do feel extra tightness somewhere, follow that tightness, perhaps in your glute, maybe in your hip. So next we're going to be getting back into that lunge position, and this time we're going to work on the hip flexor right here. So what you want to do is flex and squeeze your glute as hard as you can, and just isolate that stretch opposite of the glute on the hip level. That is your hip flexor, commonly tight in most people, and you don't need to get crazy deep into this stretch to feel it. You should feel it almost immediately right at that hip level, almost up into the stomach and ab area. Slight lean back will help isolate that stretch. All right, and switch to the other side. Again, just 30 seconds on each side here, just to make sure we're sending the right signals to the muscle. Make sure you keep that glute squeezed the whole time. It's going to isolate the stretch to the opposite muscle, which would be the hip flexor. All right, so we're going to advance that stretch, keeping our heels and toes flat, knees bent, pointed out. We're going to lean back as much as you can, and this is going to stretch the hip flexors all the way down into the quads and get as deep as you can with this one, but if you can't get that deep, that's okay. Just stay leaning back as much as you can. And again, we're going to hold this for 30 seconds. Focus on your breathing, slow in, slow out, nice and controlled. All right, so now we're going to stay on the hips. And we're just going to do a leaning forward split. You just want to lean forward into it. I'm going to turn so you can see a little bit better the angle. I keep my spine straight. My knees are out. A little compromising, but hips are definitely one of the tightest things on most people and very understretched. Holding that for 30 seconds. And then we're going to lean back into it, bring your toes together, and then just sit back, holding your knees in the same spot. And again, 30 seconds. I will say this is not a routine you would want to do before your workout. This is something you would do if you weren't going to the gym or if this was after the gym. Mainly because doing this, you're really stretching the muscles and you're not really loading them to get ready to work out. All right, so we're gonna lean forward here, and this is gonna be the last little bit in this position. 30 seconds, just deepens the stretch a little bit more. And just keep focusing on that breathing, letting your body relax. Ease up out of that. We were in that for a while. Take your time. Next, what we're going to do is called a cat-camel stretch. So this is to gain some mobility throughout our spine. You're going to bring your belly button down and then arch up at your shoulders. We're going to do this for 10 repetitions. Nice and slow. It's not a race. This is great for anyone with disc issues or spinal issues, something that could be done every day. next, moving forward, we're going to do thoracic rotations. So what you want to do is reach under and then reach up and look up at your hand. Keep all your fingers together. And it's sort of like you want to be rotating your spine on a swivel. So you're not bending or twisting too much. You're trying to keep your spine nice and neutral. This is great for upper back and that upper back spine health. Again, nice and slow. Stay within your comfort. Focus on breathing. And switch to the other side. Same thing, 10 repetitions. So we're going to move up to the neck. And what you want to do is place your hands right under your butt to stabilize your shoulders. Bring your shoulder blades back together, and then you're going to bring your ear to your shoulder. If you can't get that deep, that means you need to stay low in the stretch. Don't push yourself past the point of pain that comes with time. Again, holding this for 30 seconds. All right, I'm going to turn around just so you can see something pretty important. Again, putting the hands under the butt, and then squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then bring that ear to the shoulder. The reason you want to bring your shoulder blades together, which is essential for most movements, is that it just isolates the spine, keeps everything nice and positioned correctly. That way, you're not going to compromise any certain areas on one side. Ease out of that. And now we're going to do the same thing, except forward and backwards. So hands under the butt, shoulder blades together, and bring your chin into your neck. So it's not like you're looking down, it's more so you're tucking your chin in. I'm going to turn here just to give you a better view of what I'm doing. Again, hand under the butt, shoulder blades back, and then tucking that chin. That's all you need to do, nothing crazy. I'm not trying to get hurt, just trying to gain a little flexibility. We're just going to do 30 seconds here, and then 30 seconds reverse. So you're just looking up, and you really want to stretch the front of the neck. For as much as people are looking down at their phones or screens or whatever we do, it's important to look back and stretch the front of the neck because it's often tight. first thing we're going to do is your shoulder stretch. So you're going to bring your shoulder across, and then you're basically just going to lay on top of it. Keep your arm at chest level. I'm going to turn here just to give you a better view of what I'm talking about. So arm comes under, and then you're just laying right onto it just to isolate that shoulder. We're going to do both sides for 30 seconds here. You want to keep your neck nice and straight, so you're not twisting it, turning it, looking around, nice and neutral, so we don't compromise our spine. And switch to the other side, same thing. So we're going to move up to the chest, and this is the same position essentially. Reaching that arm, fully extending it, fingers together, elbow locked. And then you'd really want to just feel that stretch right in the chest, upper chest area. And then lean as much as you can against it. Push yourself, turn your body if you can, but don't force it. Now switch to the other side, and the same thing. Work into it, take your time, focus on breathing and relaxing. So we're going to be going to our last body part today, our wrists, which are very overused and understretched. You're just going to put your hands down, fingers together, shoulder blades together, and just lean forward. You should immediately feel that tightness. You don't want to push it, but work as much as you can into getting that range of motion. Last one for this session, we're going to twist our wrists around into that same spot, and then we're going to lean back nice and slow. Stretches out the wrist, the entire forearm, very full of nerves, very tight. So you want to take your time with this, nice and easy, 30 seconds. This is the last one, so if you did like this video, please like and subscribe and comment on what else you would want to see, and have a great day.